Hey guys, it's Keith. I'm in the Tenere garage today and we're here to do a little bit of work. The bike has got 7,500 miles on it and it's time to change the tires. So let's take a look at what I picked to replace this factory rubber. So after a bunch of deliberation and research online, I picked the Mitas E07 Dakar tires. I got the best price I found was from a place called Performance Cycle of Colorado. I tried Revzilla, I tried Chaparral, some other places, and they were all out of stock for these sizes. So Performance Cycle had it, got it to me quickly and at the best price I could find. What I like about these tires is they're a true 50-50 on off-road. So they've got definitely some lugs here that are going to move some dirt, yet they've got the center stripe here that should work pretty well for being on the road too, because this bike is pretty much a 50-50 bike for me. It's not serious off-road where I feel like I need to get some TKC 80s or some knobbies, so this should work out well. I also thought about the Hide Now Scouts, the K60s, but I just have seen better reviews on these tires, and I've got a couple friends who've used them too, and they speak really highly of them. So this is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to put a link down below of a great piece in the YamahaSuperTenere.com forum by a gentleman named Twisties, who did a photographic step-by-step of changing the tires, both front and back. It's really well done. I used it a lot. Thank you, Twisties, and I hope you guys find that helpful as well. So first we're going to remove the rear wheel. So let's remove the speed sensor right here. Now we're going to remove the axle nut. Okay, now we've got to loosen this torque. We've got to loosen this torque rod up so we can move the caliper out of the way when we remove the axle. So I'm going to loosen up this as well. This is just a pinch bolt for the axle. So we're going to loosen this rod, but not take the bolts out. Okay, this is an 8mm hex bolt for the pinch bolt. Okay, luckily just tapping at this with a rubber mallet has been real helpful. So I'm going to support the wheel underneath and then just try to rotate the axle out. Okay, and I can feel that's broken free now. Okay, so the axle's out. There's a washer that just dropped out. Don't forget about that. Now you're going to take the caliper, we'll move this up and slide it out of the way. And we'll tie that off shortly. No need to remove the caliper. Now we're just going to kind of slide the tire away from the shaft drive. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do here is just tie off this caliper with a zip tie, so it's just out of the way. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to remove the front wheel. What I'll do is, because the bike's on the center stand without a back tire, is that I'm going to loosen up the pieces while the bike tire's on the ground, and then I'm going to jack up the bike from underneath the oil pan slightly so I can be able to remove the wheel. We're also going to have to remove one of the calipers on this one to be able to get it in and out fairly easily, but I don't need to remove both calipers. The first thing we're going to loosen and remove is the speed sensor. Now it's important when you're working on these bikes and you have the calipers removed that you don't touch the brake pedal at all, either the lever or the pedal. That's going to cause your brakes to suck in air and have a lot of problems. Okay. Alright, so we've got the speed sensor removed here. Okay, now we're going to use a 12mm socket to remove this right-hand caliper here. Okay, that one's loose. Then we're going to loosen up the pinch bolts here. This is where I'm stuck right now. This is a 19mm hex that I need a socket for. Now I don't have one. I tried a couple local auto parts stores, but they didn't have one. And I don't have a factory toolkit. So I've got to figure this part out. This is threaded, so I can't, there's no way to push it from behind. I'm going to have to unthread this with some kind of a socket. So I'm going to have to reach out and try to find that. So we're going to take a break right now. Okay, well, I lucked out. Look what I found. This is part of my WR250R toolkit, and it looks like it will fit in here, and then I can just put this 17mm on top of here, and hopefully we can loosen up the axle. So let's give that a try. So with that part done, we can raise up the bike, remove the axle shaft, lower the tire. So what I did was lowered the bike just a little bit to increase the stability on the center stand. Now with the front tire, a couple things to look at. You've got a little bit of a bushing right here. You want to make sure you keep that in. And you've also got the speed sensor plate here, just to be mindful of that. Otherwise, we're ready to go to my buddy's house and change the tires. I mounted these Mitas last night with the help of my friend Craig, and they're ready to go for a ride. They look really good. I can't wait to try them out. I just got back from a 50-mile ride on the Mitas E07s, and I have to say they're doing everything that I hoped they would do. The ride was a mix of some twisties on the pavement and also a lot of back road dirt roads, nicely packed down, and Mitas did great. A lot of grip on the dirt roads, didn't feel it slip, and on the pavement I was able to rail the twisties. So right now the early prognosis on these tires is really great. They're met my expectations, so maybe we'll do an update down the road. So if you have any questions about changing tires on the Super Tenere, drop them below. As always, I appreciate your likes, your subscriptions, and your comments. Thanks again for watching. Bye.